Hello, gamers. Welcome to the Kinda Funny Gamescast for September 17th, 2025. I'm Andy Cortez, and I'm joined by the board sliding bro, Blessing Adeoye Jr.
Good day, Andy.
And Mongo Skating Mike. You seem like someone who would skate Mongo.
What's messed up about that?
That's messed up.
We have a Mongo skater
What's
here.
messed up about that is that I'm the Mongo skater.
Oh my God,
And everybody
yeah.
was so
We all
mad
made
about
fun
it.
of him.
They bullied me into pressing square. They bullied me into...
He's always been pressing X, and
I-
we told him, no, you got to press square, X for me, A on controller or on Xbox.
Gotcha.
you know.
Yeah.
But I've been like, no, you gotta go over here, and he's like, I always go here.
I always
so he's
pressed
always
X.
been Mongo pushing.
Wow.
Which I never even thought about. I never even really considered that. Does it change your gameplay? Like, does it make you faster? or
No,
something?
you just don't look as cool.
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of
Really?
awkward. It's like it's like walking,
Never- yeah.
but like with your right hand, with your right leg and your right arm going
But
forward
like,
at the same time.
here's the challenge. What if you make Mongo pushing cool? Like, you got to find a way to make it stylish now.
That Mike, that's decades of anti-Mongo agenda that he's going to be fighting against. And I don't think he can do that.
When I tell you that, like, because we were streaming this yesterday, we were playing
Yeah.
Skate, and a lot of the stream was on my camera, and it was like as soon as my game started, people were like, "Oh, interesting! Like this person's."
They were riding him.
Yeah, they were like, "I was like, oh, Mongo, interesting!" Like in like a kind of in kind of like a demeaning
Judgmental.
way, like kind of
Yeah.
judgmentally, and be like, "Oh, why are you doing that?"
okay,
like,
weird.
Why are you doing that? And it got to the point where I looked at Mike and I was like, "Hey, like, is there a way to switch your stance? Like, can I go into my settings or whatever?" And then finally, once I told them the problem, they're like, "No, you just press the other button. You just press the other button." I didn't know.
wrong button.
Yeah.
So okay, fascinating. Well, I can't
So
wait.
like, so people aren't just people are not pressing X in this video game. Is that what you're telling me? Or A?
No, they press square and or X on the
You're
Xbox
just not
controller.
using that bottom button, the main button.
I've never had anyone tell me I pressed that button. I always thought we always press that button on the left.
Wow.
Wow, a lot of big stuff to learn here.
We got a lot to talk about.
I
We'll talk
can't
about
wait
it
to
today.
get into what the hell these mechanics even are, because this is the Kind of Funny Gamescast. Each and every weekday, we get together to talk about the biggest reviews, previews, and topics in video games live on YouTube, Twitch, and podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon, YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. For a chance to be a part of the show, submit your thoughts and opinions as YouTube super chats as we go. Housekeeping. We're an 11-person business, all about live talk shows. On Kind of Funny Games Daily, we mainly talked about Yakuza.
Yeah, we did.
The title was, government versus video games, and Mike gave me nothing.
I tried.
It's so funny because I took Roger on a walk over there, and I was like, Andy didn't even let me talk during story number one, and like I appreciate that, but he didn't let me talk.
I didn't see any inclination that there was a wanting to talk.
I looked at you. There was no light in those eyes, and I said, "All right."
As the person who pressed
That's why I
the
had
key-
to start chiming in. I was like, he's going to get nothing from Mike here.
I may as well have been looking at the fucking at the wall.
I feel like Mike's an insightful person.
I was there.
I would have asked you.
I was ready, Bless. And like he went up, he threw the ball to himself and fucking knocked it out the park. And I was like, all right, he's not pitching to me.
If you went behind the scenes on it, the story number one was going to be Yakuza. Until like Roger looked at me, he was like, "That's not the headline," and I was like, "Well, like Black Flag isn't going to click well. Like Silent Hill F, the first review being out, that's not going to click well."
Yeah.
And then we looked at the doc and we were like, "The government." we're like, "That's the one.
This'll hit.
We got to lead with this." I'm sorry.
I take Roger on the walk. I go, I don't know what just happened there because we went from Andy stealing story number one, then we went into Yakuza where I had Roger talk about 15 minutes, and then Barrett talking about Assassin's Creed. I was just present, is what I told him. I'm along for the ride.
I mean, yeah, I just, I was looking at an audience member. Story one. I just didn't see a whole lot of. Didn't see a whole lot of.
so
When you're at the table, it's a lot of like eye contact to let them know, like, I'm in this. Yeah. I might have been staring off at the other direction.
I was getting a lot of this. I was getting a lot of this of looking at me and going like, it's just a lot of like.
I get it. 'Cause People don't understand how hard this is sometimes because it's not like a write-up. Sometimes if it's like an IGN story, IGN will give you some context so you can cheat a little bit, kind of flow off of the IGN. This is straight. I pulled the government document. Like, it was a press release from the fucking White House or some shit that I put into the document. And so, like, you just had to roll with it all.
We just rolled it.
And you did it. Like, you guys
you did it.
You did it,
Andy. If you're a Kind of Funny member, today's Greg Way is No New Games for a Year. That's the Roger edition. So look out for that one.
From Mike.
And you have one to add to your list now.
Yakuza.
So
many Yakuza games.
How do we play them all? How do we just lock in?
They're just so long.
What
They're
if it's
really long.
1
Marathon
month?
stream.
Just every day throughout the entire month, we knock them out.
What I need is I need the power of modders to give me an abridged version.
Oh, dude, I
Trim
love
the fat,
Yakuza
connect
Bridge.
them all.
And I know the fat's great. I know people love the fat. I love the fat. Are you kidding me? Look at me. I love the fat. But I would just love to get I want to be crying in these games because I know these games will
I think that
get you
requires
emotional.
the fat then.
Yeah, it possibly does. Do you need the context to cry?
I've never loved the fat. Too chewy.
Oh, I hate
dude,
the
I
fat.
love
I
the
cut
fat.
the fat
I
off.
mean, I was talking more
love
of just
the
like
fat.
fatty stuff, but whenever I eat a piece of fajita and there's like a little get that out of my
Get
mouth.
it out of here.
Man, you ever eat brisket? Get like a good piece of fat in there.
I hate it. I mean, I love brisket,
so
but whenever I
good.
get something that's too gummy, I'm like, ugh.
That's the best.
You're throwing off the
Next time
texture.
you're eating brisket, cut that part off. Give it to me.
Okay, I will.
Cut that part off.
But take it out of your mouth. Give it
Get it out
to
of your
me.
mouth, and then feed it to me like a bird.
But before that Gregway that you'll be watching, which is after what's happening on today's Gamescast, Mike.
I have to tell Blessing something really quick.
Yeah.
Real quick, Mike will be showing off the top 10 skate spots in Skate. I'm sure we'll talk about a couple of them here, but you'll be streaming that after the stream. Go ahead,
Yep.
Mike.
Keep the skate going. Well, I thought about Bless.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about, cutting off the fat, food, steaks, food in general. I saw this. I thought about you, Bless. Did you know 2 days ago they're making the world record of the largest jollof rice ever?
I did see this.
And
yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
I was
Bless
watching the video
would know
about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm like, that excites me. I love that jollof rice is out here breaking records. My favorite was I saw that and I was like, wow, that's really neat. And then I look at the comments and the comments are like, there's a war going on in London. I was like, wait, we gotta stop doing this, all right? Like, let me live my happy jollof rice world. And like I can acknowledge that the world's on fire, but like let me have a moment of solace.
I'm not trying to attack you right now, Bless.
Yeah.
But like, I love rice. And I would love for you to help me experience your culture.
Yeah, we can do jollof rice.
Because I fucking love rice,
Oh,
dude. I love rice of all sorts.
Dude, you would love jollof rice.
Oh my God.
I gotta
dude.
learn how to make it. That's the problem, is that I
Okay.
always just order it.
Okay.
But for you, Andy, I'll learn.
I'm gonna learn how to make my grandma salsa.
But what we should do at Kind of Funny, we should have a day. We should have a cultural exchange day where we each
I like that.
make our own dishes
Show and tell.
from our own different upbringings or cultures, and then bring them and
A nice
try
little
them.
potluck.
A nice little potluck, and we make it either the stream or the KF podcast or
I
something.
love that.
Mike, what are you buying to bring in?
I'm going to bring my mom's just basic microwave quesadilla because it's fucking bomb.
Nice.
Okay? Just two tortillas and cheese.
The food from Mike's
That's it.
culture, the quesadilla.
I'll
The
bring
microwave quesadilla. Make sure you remember that.
I'll bring salsa and the banana bread Pop Tarts, Barrett.
Nice.
Man, bangers,
Dude,
dude.
that banana bread Pop Tarts.
They are just bangers. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs, Omega Buster, and Delaney the Psalm Twining. Today we're brought to you by Shady Rays and Factor, but we'll tell you about them later. For now, let's begin with topic of the show. Skate Early Access is live. We know there's a lot of people who've been playing it beforehand and all of those kind of NDA testing sessions, but the whole crew got to stream it yesterday. It was Barrett, it was Bless, it was Mike, and then last night, Mike played a bit more on stream.
I was shooting for 7 hours uninterrupted. 1 hour was interrupted because the servers went down. So I think I played a solid five more hours. It says I'm at 9 hours. Well, -1. I'm at 8 hours.
Okay. The highly anticipated Skate, obviously this is something that people have been looking forward to for a long time, a follow-up to Skate 3. Let me just read the Steam description right here. Experience improved flick-it controls, the rich physics-based skateboarding gameplay that provides those only in skate moments and offboard exploration for full freedom in an online multiplayer world of San Vansterdam. I'd like to talk all about this. I want to start with Blessing, though, since Mike played the most of it. Blessing, what were your thoughts with Skate yesterday?
Yeah, I think starting off with it, there's a list of things to say. The voice acting is whack.
Okay.
The build that we're playing off of is buggy as hell. I had to restart my game like 6 or 7 times yesterday during the stream because my missions just wouldn't populate to the next thing, and then I'd restart, and then they would show me what the mission is. The art style honestly isn't my favorite. I don't really like looking at this game that much. And there's like
only characters or environments?
Both. I think the overall art style, I'm kind of like on, right? Like, it's not something I look at. I'm like, man, I love looking at this game, right? It kind of seems kind of bland, and also they shifted it a little bit from what we originally had with like the original Skate trilogy.
It was a bit more realism focused the first time. This is a bit more stylized.
Yeah, a little bit more stylized, but stylized in a way that like feels less. It doesn't put the style in stylized.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, it feels almost like, let's just make it a bit more animated for the sake of like giving almost like a Fortnite feel. It doesn't go all
It's
the way.
not
like
it's not rematch.
Fortnite, yeah.
It's not the way rematch looks.
It's not like the rematch stylized, right? It is. Mike just mentioned, like Sims meets Fortnite almost. I think there's a list of things I can say as far as even the onboarding and what this game gets wrong. But at the end of the day, I just like skating.
Okay.
And that's kind of my takeaway. That's my takeaway from the first. I can't wait for Mike to get into it because I've only played 3.5 hours. Like, all my game time is recorded on stream, the one that we did yesterday. But at the end of the day, when you get into the core of the game, and it is the challenge of, hey, do this specific trick in this specific way while nailing like a grind, a flip trick, and a grab. And I'm just repeating that over and over and over again until I get it right. There's something that's just so satisfying about that experience that I love. This game is putting the early access, and so it does feel a bit like, man, I need you to polish this up. I need a bit more liveliness. Like, there's something about it that feels sterile. There's something about it that feels like it feels far off from a final release. But I think there's a core here that is undeniably, man, Skate feels like it's back.
Awesome.
Mike?
So,
Well
like,
said,
Mike,
Bless.
what do you think?
Yeah. I am so happy about this. This is my most highly anticipated game of the year. This is one that I have circled. I've talked about a lot of like this one. They need to land this, right? And I'm really happy to say last night I tweeted out, it's got the juice.
Shit.
And it is a lot of fun because at its core, it's Skate, right? If you love Skate 1, 2, or 3, guess what? When you play this and you're on the sticks and you're just enjoying your time doing challenges, skating around the world, it is an absolute blast. It is Skate at its very fundamental core. They didn't change it. It's not anything crazy. It's just fun. And everything off the board as well is nice, right? The added movement, the parkour of climbing up the sides of buildings to find new skate spots. It's all a good time. I never had a bad time while I was actively playing it. Now, there is some question marks that I have, right? We've moved into this live service world that they're trying to live off of. It's an early access release, so it's not a 1.0. It's not a full traditional product that I'm used to with Skate 3, Skate 2, and onward, right? And so there's this weird push and pull of, while I'm playing it, I'm having a blast. But also while I'm playing it, I'm also saying, what are these decisions, right? It is a shared open world, but it also feels so solo and lonely because when I do the challenges, it is just me. When we do the challenges together, it's not like I'm watching Bless do his run. We're doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
When I do my run and we complete it as one team, I still only see my replay. So it's like, yeah, Bless is taking part in the activity, but I'm not seeing Bless at all besides him just whip past me.
Yeah, we're partied up, me, Barrett, and Mike, and I don't understand what the point was of us partying up. You know?
Unless we stop and we get out of the challenge and we say, here's the session spot. I want you to smash this rail, and we go one at a time watching. There is really no reason to call this a shared experience because I never see you besides you climbing up the side of the building and blurring past me, right? And so there's this weird give and take of there is no Skate. There is no own the spot. There is no of these like multiplayer experiences that you know together, except for odd small pop-ups that I never got into. Because mind you, you can only squad up with 4 people. But the world is populated with like 20, 40 plus. I don't know the real number. But every now and then you would look at your map when you would finally get out of the blur that is just having too much fun. You'd finally look at your map and be like, there's a showdown happening right here. But only 4 people can enter the showdown. And if you don't click on it, if you're not the first person there, you've missed it. So I have not experienced any shared fun, co-op fun, besides inviting Bless or some of our friends from the audience to join me and essentially complete the mission for me. So it's a very odd shared world that feels very solo, but Skate to me has always kind of been solo of like, I just want to skate the world. I would love to bring in my friends and do certain things. And I think it has that, but at its core of like what you were doing moment to moment, it's not that. It's like, hey, we want you to get there, but right now just do all these challenges.
Are you not seeing your friends wipe out or...
With how fast you are going, Andy, the things that you are focused on, the rails, the tricks, the moment to moment, you're not really looking over at Blessing doing that unless you full on stop, get off the board and watch.
Is there a moment where all 3 of you at the same time could go down a ramp simultaneously together and you would see each other on both sides of you? And then launch off of this ramp and do a move. And you're looking, and you see your friends to your side jumping with you, doing a trick as you are doing this trick as well.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not really organized though, right? Like I feel like you would do that if you looked at your friends and went, "All right, let's
3, 2, 1, go."
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah,
like let's all do this together.
I guess I was a little bit just confused as to what the online portion was. It felt a lot more
we're
limiting.
Seeing each other. It's like we're doing things in the same lobby, I guess, at the same time, but it doesn't feel like we're doing it together.
Yeah.
I think that's the disconnect there.
On top of that, the
style.
Just to keep going, because I got a lot here. I'm sorry. I'll keep it a little bit tight. On top of that, the stylized world, I like it. Right. I like the colorful world that they've chose.
Nice.
I do think they nailed another very detailed, awesome open world, right? This is what Skate is known for. These giant open worlds that have all the detail, all these different skater-friendly spots that you would want. They have that, right? They introduce it poorly from a weird, awkward app that talks to you, a couple of like really slow, tedious onboarding missions that you wish would just kind of speed up a little bit faster. But the world that they have at its core really does play into a, hey, you can get on your board and go anywhere, and you are always going to have something there to just find a session on, to hit really quick as you're going to point A to point B. It is very well done. The characters that look kind of sim/Fortnite-y, I'm all right with it, right? It's a weird world that we live in of like, that is kind of the norm that we look at. When I look at old Skate 2 and Skate 3 footage, it's like, yeah, that looks like it was made in 2008.
That's true, yeah.
It's a different world now. It's like way cleaner. It looks good. And of course, then you'll get into microtransactions in the storefront of adding all the different things that play well with these kind of characters. On top of that, I hit the point where I didn't have anything else to do. I played enough in the game day one that I've completed every challenge that I'm allowed to do. And they told me, hey, Mike, come back in 11 hours. I hated that. I wanted to keep the skate going. I was in a zone of like, I'm completing challenges. I want you to give me and show me more. And that is the problem with these early access releases of, well, we're slowly giving that to you, so you'll come back tomorrow. Well, we're still building out X, Y, and Z, so you're not going to go over to the 4th area yet until next part of the season, right?
We're a bit content light at the moment.
I'm here ready to go. And so when they put the roadblock on me, it sucked at first. That was a gut punch of like, what do you mean there's nothing more to do? I'm here for the skate experience. And then it was like, okay, pause, go to different skate spots, have fun with your friends, go skate around the world, enjoy yourself. That was fun, but it wasn't the skate experience I was looking for as I was riding all these spots looking for more. And so I am very high on Skate. I think they nailed Skate at its true fundamental core. It is very good. It is completely free to play. None of the microtransactions are screaming, buy me in any way, shape, or form that anyone should be complaining about, right? It's like there's a Vans t-shirt. There's a Thrasher jacket. Those are all $9 or $27 bundle. None of that is needed, right? It doesn't elevate your skater in any way, shape, or form. It's just a unique way to show off yourself. They have plenty of loot boxes that you earn with in-game credits that you'll get all the cool t-shirts that you want.
Cool.
Well, here's the thing. It's wild. I gave them $20. I bought a $9 Thrasher all-white varsity jacket. I wore that for about an hour and proceeded to take it off and wear more of the free gear. Right now, my character is built with nothing but free gear that I think looks better than what I was rocking with.
You're getting free gear that you're liking the look of.
Yes,
okay.
I mean, it's all very basic, but I like the free gear better than what I'm currently rocking with the microtransaction stuff.
I want to pump the brakes.
Yeah,
I want to pump the brakes.
Pump them.
Because I don't even know what this game is yet.
Have you played Skate? Not this one, but a previous Skate.
I think I rented it one time, and I just
you would love it.
I just don't really remember what the core function. I know Tony Hawk. I know the mission structure there. I know that this is, you have your skate parks, and then every skate park has its own list of objectives to do. Skate has always been more of a
it's like a sandbox simulation.
It's always felt more like a Zen Out type game.
Yeah,
and how that translates to an open world game has me even more confused. Just give me a quick little rundown. What are you doing when you open this game up? What are you sort of faced with as here's what I want to do today in Skate?
Well, I mean, you're given a mix of mainline objectives to do, which are, so far in my experience, have mostly been onboarding things of here's how these mechanics work. Here's how to ollie. Here's how to do the quick drop items so that you can kind of build your own skate scenario where you can do put down your own ramps and stuff like that, right? And you're meeting different characters as you go. But I think the core of the game, I would say, are more in the challenges, which are spread out across the map. Think about a Ubisoft open world when you hit that map menu and you see the icons all over the place. A lot of those icons are going to be challenges that you go to, and there's a variety of things. They have Hall of Meat stuff, which I don't think they call it Hall of Meat here. I think they just call it stunt challenges. But you have those. You have more semi-pro. I'm going to do the specific trick challenge, or I'm going to do a score challenge kind of thing, right? Where in this area, I'm trying to get to a specific score, or I'm trying to hit the objectives they give me in the specific area, which might be, all right, go down these stairs and do a flip trick and a grab and a manual all in one combo sort of thing. And so you're doing these challenges and you are achieving them. And I don't even know what I'm building towards. I guess you're leveling up is the main thing.
Yeah,
right?
You're leveling up in each area.
Yeah.
Each area has its own rep and level.
Its own progression.
And then, of course, you're earning in-game credits to then buy cosmetics through their in-game stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there is no level. You're not getting a higher ollie. You're not going faster. There's no leveling, right? And also, at its fundamental core, it is the true skateboarding experience, and it's about the style. It's about the steez, as the kids will call it. It's about that moment-to-moment of finding a hidden gem of a spot and just having a session with your friends or yourself and doing the coolest tricks, right? You don't have to just do the challenges. You can go find the love and the fun of that, of man, I just hit the dopest tail slide on this down rail, or, oh man, I just did this sick pop shove it down a flight of stairs. It's the moment-to-moment of just having fun and playing the game is what the core is.
It becomes the GTA of, I'm just going to, let's just shoot our car up this ramp or whatever.
And I think the thing that's nice about Skate is that you're not really unlocking new abilities, or it's not really mechanical stuff that you're upgrading. It really is mostly cosmetics, and you're unlocking new challenges to do. Yes. And so at the start, it's okay, cool. I'm gameplay wise, I got everything that I need here. You know what I mean? I got my kick flips, I got my pop shove it, I got my grab, I can do flips, I can do all these things. And it really is, for me, the ultimate sandbox thing of, me, Barrett, and Mike are in the same world, and we're just going around just doing our own thing. We're just going around. We're watching right now a video of me trying to do this earn enough score, which you can see in the top left, right? But it's me just doing grinds and fucking flipping and doing these tricks. This is kind of the bulk of the game.
And the cool part is the progression of Skate has become, hey, you do what you want in this world.
Yeah.
Here's a bunch of user-generated content, or really, here's the tools to create your own stuff. And so the big one in Skate 3 was the user-generated content. They're going to keep that going here in this one, right? Of there is what you're earning as well, Bless, along with the cosmetics is, hey, here's new items to build off of and use in the world. And so I can call up Barrett and Bless and be like, yo, I just found this really cool spot. Let's come over and have a session here. And then Blessing can be like, you know what would take this over the edge? What if I put a ramp here? And he can instantly drop a ramp into the world, and we can now add and change and develop our own spots just like that on the fly, right? And
does any of that start to look really goofy?
At some point,
Unintended.
I was running into other people's stuff, and it started to feel like once human.
Yeah.
Where it's like, wow, everybody's house is in the starting area. Like, get out of my way.
Yeah.
You can turn that off, and you can have it to like your friends only as well. So like, you can kind of detail it how you want. But it is cool to see like what other kids are putting down and what their thought process was. A lot of it is garbage, but there are other true skate heads who are like really finding a way to make that spot even cooler.
So you. This is only early access on PC, right? No, everywhere?
Consoles as well.
Everywhere.
Console?
This is a full release. They're just coming out in early access.
Where did everybody play on?
I think we all
for
played on
me.
PC.
Washi was on Xbox when I played with him last night.
How did performance look?
Good. I had no problems. It was literally the internet connection, right? It was when I got on at 5:15 last night, they had to take down the servers. They took us off for 30 minutes for a quick server fix, and then we re-queued. Queue times were very fast. We all seemed to have gotten back in.
Yeah.
It wasn't 30 minutes. It was more like 2 minutes at most, it felt like. So we all jammed back in there. It seems to be a lot of like your normal open world live service connection issues that I didn't experience much with Destiny, but I would put it like a Destiny thing of like, you finish a mission and you're expecting more things to pop up and it's saying, hey, this should click here, and it's not. And so then you have to bounce out of the game, restart the game, the connection seems to work, and everything clicks back on.
Yeah, my biggest fear was that in my many times restarting this game because my next mission wouldn't pop up the right way, that I would just get stuck out of it and it wouldn't let me back in. It let me back in every single time. And yeah, like the game ran smooth. It ran fine, right? Like outside of the the connective stuff, it seems like it's pretty well put together.
Okay.
Yeah, I never felt like I was having a problem, right? When you see others, right, the world is populated with 20, 40 other people. Sometimes they're freaking out next to me. But really, when it came down to my skate moments, I never was impacted, right? My gameplay felt smooth the entire time.
Awesome. I can't wait to dive deeper into Skate Early Access after a word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Shady Rays. You know that moment, the one when you realize you left your favorite sunglasses at the beach or on the roof of your car or in that gas station miles away. We've all been there. Nick Scarpino once left a pair of sunglasses in Vegas, and I've never heard the end of it. It wasn't my fault, but now there's Shady Rays. They've changed the game. These sunglasses are made for real life, seriously good looking, polarized, durable, and not stupidly expensive. And here's the wild part. If you lose or break them even on day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, no replacements. So now Nick can wear his sunglasses without fear on urban hikes, at comedy shows, at the old folks' home, wherever. Shady Rays is eyewear that has your back. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use the code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. That's shadyrays.com, code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. This episode is brought to you by Factor. Fall always feels like a reset. Between back to school, busier routines, and shorter days, finding time to cook can be tough. That's why I love Factor. Their chef prep, dietitian approved meals make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious no matter how hectic the season gets. Factor removes the work and gives me a delicious, healthy meal in mere minutes. You can choose from a wider selection of weekly meal options, and for the first time ever, try Asian-inspired meals with bold flavors influenced by China, Thailand, and more. Eat smart at factormeals.com/kindafunny50 off and use the code kindafunny50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That again is code kindafunny50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with the code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
Let's talk about some features in Skate. Because I caught a little bit of a glimpse of the stream yesterday, and it was really only the part where Barrett was creating a skater.
Yeah.
And I love customizing in games. How deep or shallow are the customization features in Skate?
I mean, I'd love to ask Mike, because Mike, during the first...
Mike was uptight for the first hour of the stream.
Yeah.
I wish it was more in depth, Andy.
Okay.
It is not. And here's the thing about this is I complain about it not being as deep as I want it to be. 90% of the time you're looking at the backside of your skater.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you're playing the video game, you're only looking at the backside of them. And so as much as I want to complain, I do have to realize I'm not looking at them as much, but it is also a social experience. You want to get off your board. You are going to do the emotes. You are going to stand next to Bless and see his cool outfit, right? And so I was really let down. I thought it would be a little bit deeper. I guess I wasn't expecting much, right? Like you think of the sports games that we play, it's not that crazy. And so I was expecting more hairstyles. I was expecting more body types or more a little bit fun stuff to do. But you can do, I'll give it a B-, C+, B-.
Okay.
Wow, B-.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like they do give you a lot that you can play with on the body side of things, but like there's just not a lot there.
Yeah, I'm probably like a C- on the character creation side, right? Like it's pretty bare bones. To Mike's point, yeah, they give you enough to where you can sort of create something that's an approximation of what you want to look like, right? I was kind of impressed, honestly, when during one of the shared challenges that me, Barrett, and Mike did, at the end of it, they'll show you like the different players. And I saw Barrett's character, and I was like, oh, that's Barrett's character. That looks like Barrett.
Cool.
And it wasn't like, that looks exactly like Barrett, but it was like, that looks close enough to where if you showed me this character randomly, I'm like, that looks like Barrett.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I think it gets that right. And yeah, like I also think that this isn't the game that you need like the most fine detail on as far as creating your character. And to the outfit thing, right? Like there's definitely like a bare bonesness to the amount of outfits they give you, but it's very obvious of, oh, well, we want to make it so that you're earning the cosmetics and stuff, right? Like when we first paired up in the same lobby, I looked at Mike and Mike was wearing the same crop top that I was wearing. And I was like, God damn it. You know, like that was really disappointing because it felt like showing up to a
I'm
party.
trying to be individual right here.
Yeah, I was like, man, I'm fucking with the crop top. You know, this is my thing. I'm making this my thing. And then Mike shows up, he's wearing the same thing. And I was like, well, fuck.
That needs to be a real life scenario.
One of us has to change.
And I did. I went and I changed to a tank top, and then I didn't like the tank top, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just do the crop top. Fuck it. But you know, I think that's one of those things where, hey, like they have to give you some carrot on the stick to chase, and here they're choosing cosmetics, and so you're gonna have that be the bare bones thing.
It has to be the
off.
cosmetics. There's nothing else, right?
Yeah.
You're not chasing player skill because we're not adding anything to that, right? And as much as it
Boards?
I mean that comes down to cosmetics, right? It's
Okay.
like the boards, the color, the grip tape on top, right? The stickers that you can add, the wheels, the trucks on the bottom. Those are all things that you can add, you can purchase, you can get, right?
And you can get it in a variety of ways, which I find very frustrating already. And I know I should have had this expectation going into a live service thing, right? But like the in-game currency that you get, from what I understand, can only be used to open loot boxes. So you're kind of doing that where you're getting one, maybe two items in an unboxing, where most of the time you're getting a plain white shirt or a different color of that same plain shirt. And I think in like our first 3.5 hours, I unlocked one board, and it was just a purple variant of the basic wooden board that I got. And so I think in terms of that stuff, it's very frustrating, just because like, you know, the other skate experiences, you know, like I'm looking to, you know, yeah, I got to earn and unlock things, but that is coming at a quicker pace. And I think that is infinitely frustrating for a game like this to have that live service kind of shoved in there.
Yeah,
in that aspect.
I'll give a little more detail on like 8 hours in how that feels, right? Because at first you are like, well, it's my player. I want to customize it the way I want to. And as Barrett said, it's like, well, I'm earning this currency. Let me just pick from the wall of items, and I'll tell you what I want, right? But at the end of the day, you are earning so much coins here that like the loot boxes give like the name of like, oh shit, there's a chance, or maybe I'll get dupes. There's 10 items in the loot box. You're going to earn all those 10 items pretty quick. So I never felt bad about it. There is a lot there, right, as well, of like the hours that you'll put in. I unlocked 4 different loot boxes in area 1, 2 or 3 in area 2 that all have 10 items, 12 items, 15 items. So there was a lot there. I do agree with Ben. I wish it was more like, hey, walk into Zoomies. You pick your style and do that, right? But
Gotcha.
I'm earning enough XP and credits that it never felt like, oh, this is doom and gloom. Especially there's no dupes as well. So when you're on item 7 of 11, you know you're almost done with this box.
Okay. Any other features we can get into aside from customization?
I'll bring up climbing.
Yeah.
Climbing is something they added.
100%.
They have like Assassin's Creed climbing in this game, which is fucking hilarious, but also really works. At first, I was kind of put off by it because I was like, why is this in the game? But it does help you navigate the world a bit easier. And like, I don't know, there's something about it that's just neat as far as the locomotion of it, of getting to like they'll have like, these buildings that like specifically are made for, oh, here's a path that you can get up because you see a challenge up there. So we're going to make it easier for you to get higher. Yeah, like this exact kind of texture. You see this like kind of all over the place, right? Of like you can kind of see the plants and then this I don't know, hexagonal artistic design on the side of the building. I don't know what to call it, architecture. But yeah, like they have a lot of these climbing spots around. And I like it a lot. Another thing I think to bring up as far as features is this grab a song thing that feels new, right? Like so they have a lot of diegetic music playing. So you might be at a skate park and there's a speaker, or you might have a car that's driving by that's playing music, or
boombox here and there.
Yeah, like shit like that.
What about a Beats pill? Anybody got Beats pills?
Not branded,
Yeah, okay.
but like I definitely saw something that was definitely a Beats pill. And if you go up to it, you'll have like a little circular icon. And if you hold a button, you can grab that song, which will allow you to collect that song. And then it'll go from being diegetic to then playing as part of your playlist.
I like that.
And so you get like a little visual effect. And then all of a sudden that song is playing. And I had like maybe 8 or 9 of those in my 3 hours of playing of like, oh, damn, the car's driving by. Let me chase after that car and grab that song real quick. It feels like I'm Shazamming in real time.
Gotcha. That's neat.
Yeah, at first that was another one where at first I was like, oh, interesting. And then by the time I finished playing, I was like, I kind of like it. I kind of like that as a weird collect-a-thong thing to then add songs to my soundtrack.
I am kind of bummed about the customization because when EA is using Frostbite, one of the benefits of them using Frostbite, and Frostbite was a very dodgy, kind of sketchy engine early on. That's what caused a lot of problems in Andromeda and development, and a bunch of the devs are like, let's just use Unreal, let's use something that we know, but they wanted to kind of like work from within and kind of continue to work on this engine. And one thing I loved about the customization in Dragon Age Veilguard was that obviously the customization was amazing in Dragon Age Veilguard, but it was using a lot of the tech that was being pushed from EAFC and vice versa. And so it's like a lot of these different studio teams are sharing the tech within studios and going, well, we made the hair actually super sick in EAFC, and the Dragon Age team going, oh, we would love to implement that shit into our game. How do we get that and kind of work together or whatever? It bums me out that the customization did look kind of so sparse and empty because of how amazing the customization was in Veilguard. So that does kind of make me sad. Wishing that they would continue to let's keep on working with Veilguard and working with other studios, you know.
If we talk about features and things like that, for such a collaborative experience, no voice chat is odd for me. As someone who's always on Discord, rarely ever in the game chat. It's not that big of a deal, but I know the general audience now, especially with the push of proximity chat and us returning to game chat, it is an odd one of like, what do you mean I can't be like, hey, Blessing over there, let's put this down, or hey, Slappy, let's work together and have some fun. It is very much of like bare bones basic communication tools.
You need to add proximity chat to this over the course of this, right? Like, I feel like for a game that is about being in huge lobbies with other people, you need ways to interact with those other people.
You would love to, because like, Skate is the true like one-to-one feel of being at the ski resort or at the skate park of like, there's a group of people here and we're all together watching somebody, we're riding together, we're experiencing this, and like nothing cooler than banging the boards on the side of the coping when somebody does something sick, clapping it up. Like,
is it similar to the NBA
my park,
to the my park
the community, the neighborhood? It's kind of like that. They have pretty basic emotes. I guess there's just something missing when it comes to the collaborative feature to make it really feel like we're all a community doing this. It's a solo game that wants to be shared experiences, but it's just not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Got to find a way to sort of bridge that gap.
Yeah.
It sounds like what you're explaining is whenever you see other players, maybe that's like the Destiny Tower experience when you see people kind of running around. But then when you're out doing missions, it's just kind of you by yourself with maybe your two homies if you invited them or.
When you go to the hot spots, it's like the tower has the appearance of the two skate shops that you unlock things and level up at. There's the mass, everybody's there running in circles doing dumb things. When you go to the hot spots, you'll see 5 to 10 people seshing it out because we know this is the coolest spot in skate, so everyone's there. And it would be fun of like, what if there was a game chat where all of a sudden we were like, yo, let's build this together. Hey, what are you doing? Let's throw down, would be more fun.
I mentioned and asked the question, do these worlds look kind of weird or awkward at all with other player creations and things like that? And I guess my brain immediately goes to, what happens the next time you log on? Are those structures still up?
Oh, I see.
How do we know what server, if somebody puts down a ramp in a spot and you're like, oh, well, fuck you, I was going to do some shit in that kind of area, but a random player put up a ramp, is that up for the rest of your PlayStation? Or when you log in next, is that now gone because maybe they're not on your server anymore? I think that's maybe way too much of a technical
I gotta
question.
imagine it's gone.
Okay,
right?
Endless Dark says no, they disappear.
Yeah. I mean, I even had stuff that I put down, then started a mission, and it disappeared when I was trying to play that mission, right?
That would make sense.
Yeah, so there's not much of that for sure.
Yeah.
Another one, missing a lot of tricks. It's very odd of Skate 3 was the ultimate peak skate experience. Everything that you could ask for from different game modes like Death Race, Skate, Own the Spot, all this stuff, to then trick-wise, right? Being able to grab and then finger flip the grab and then put it back underneath your feet. That's not here. It's odd that we've taken away things that we've already had.
I'm going to make
What are we doing?
To make a little comparison right here. Tony Hawk is to Forza Horizon as Skate is to Forza Motorsport.
Oh, okay.
More authentic.
Yeah, I can see it.
More grounded in reality, where Horizon is more arcadey and Tony Hawk was kind of more arcadey. This always felt like, no, that's the one where if you're a skater, you will enjoy this more than playing Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
That's just always kind of the vibe that I got.
I always liken it
Skate.
to Guitar Hero and Rock Band, where Guitar Hero is more focused on the high score, fucking arcadey experience, and then Rock Band is more of a social experience that feels a bit more authentic, even though it's technically the same kind of gameplay. But yeah,
Gotcha.
Marquise in chat says Tony Hawk is more Need for Speed, which I think I align with. I think there's something to Skate.
I was going to say Need for Speed first. I wasn't sure if that was the right comparison.
Yeah, but I feel like the gameplay structure of Skate, I think you're right as far as the sim versus arcade of
right.
it. But Skate is actually pretty analogous to Forza Horizon, just in terms of the gameplay loop. You're in this open zone, you are going to doing these challenges that are spread across the map, and it is you kind of having that simish gameplay within these challenges or whatever. But I think the way that you are partnering up with friends, the way that you exist within this open world feels actually a lot like Forza Horizon, whereas Tony Hawk just feels like such a arcade thing that I'll almost look at a Need for Speed or a Burnout or something to be okay, no, this is the Tony Hawk right here.
I want to get to some super chats right now.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you all a question to hopefully have you all stew on during the super chat reading. And the question I want to ask is, what do you want next? If you could look at EA and say, put this at the top of the priority list, what would it be? And get your super chats in as well for anybody out there who's getting into Skate. But I want to read a super chat here we have a birthday tax from Ryan, $15. Thank you for your generosity.
Happy birthday,
and happy
Ryan.
birthday to you, Ryan. Appreciate the love and support. I also have a super chat from Trevor, who says, Andy, next time you're in the Austin area, if you haven't been, go to Interstellar Barbecue in Cedar Park. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Whenever I do go to Austin, I don't have a whole lot of time to venture out. The usual spots are Pluckers, number one. You go to Pluckers, you get that spicy lemon pepper, and then the next day via 313, and then the next day you're just shitting your brains out because you've just been eating so much. But I will consider that because I do vibe with Cedar Park. Let's see here. We have Gerardo is cool, who says, "Hey, just want to say what's up and stay handsome, y'all. Thank
What
you,
up, big dog?
Thank you, Gerardo. Appreciate you. Have you all stewed?"
Yeah, so I sent Barrett over to Assets the Skate Early Access roadmap
Ooh.
that we can kind of take a look at, right? Of course, in Season 1, you'll be introduced to the Skate Pass, which will be your battle pass to play and earn during that. You'll have a Skate-O-Ween, Maple Harvest kind of seasonal event. If you go down to Season 2 in December 2025, you'll have Party Voice Chat added in there, replay editor improvements, right? It's all about getting the footy.
Yeah, you got to get
I
the
was waiting
footy.
for Barrett to get mad at me, but that is something that like Skate back in the day understood that like they had something here and it was very social at its core. Of it might be solo of Blessing doing that, but like skating and sharing is so social. Of like, well, I got to grab this clip that I just absolutely nailed. I need to create this.
Dude.
I want to be the video editor for Sean White. Let me do that. And they said, well, hold up. We can do that. We can figure that out.
Skate 3 was ahead of its time. I think way ahead of its time as far as the social and sharing features. And that's something that I think gave me a lot of faith going into this new Skate of what it can do to really, I think, take over and become the social game that a lot of people are coming to in the way that you see so many people play Fortnite, because that's the game that we hang out in. That's the game that, has really taken advantage of what video games have turned into over time as far as what the social aspects are. I think Skate has an opportunity to do a lot of that stuff. And I think the social thing is priority number one. If they already have the video editing stuff so you can get the footy and do all that stuff, they got to expand that. They got to make it so that I can edit vertical videos and export it directly to TikTok.
I love that.
They need to do that.
I want to say this real quick. Skate-O-Ween sucks. It should be like Ollie-Ween or...
Ollie-Ween is great.
Like Skate-O-Ween is just like a dumb name.
They're already not the best with all of their terminology in the game. That
Gotcha.
like this level of
surprise you?
working in doesn't surprise me, and working in skate stuff into Halloween, which I think is personally what I would want next, is just an overhaul in writing and voice acting. From my understanding, they brought in actual pro skaters to voice some of these characters that are constantly in your ear, and you can fucking tell.
Oh,
and like,
man.
here's the thing: is like the charm of Tony Hawk was like, especially when you started getting story modes in like Pro Skater 4 and Underground and stuff. They were doing the same thing. They were bringing in pro skaters, but they were on a level that was charming of voicing themselves, where like some of them might be flat, but they still brought in their personality because you felt like those lines were actually written for them. Whereas these pro skaters are coming in to voice fictional characters and are being made to say jargon that they probably don't say on a day-to-day basis. And so I'm listening to this dude named Slappy deliver the most monotone shit about footy and skate eyes and all of the stuff that I'm like, it makes me want to bang my head against a wall. And I think it's like, we need to bring in actual voice actors, because I think these, like, I like the idea.
We got two right here.
Yeah, we got two right here.
Come on.
But,
Come on.
And like, it's still going to be a level of cheesy, but it's not going to be monotone delivery for 3.5 hours of tutorial stuff. And then the other thing is, like, someone in chat brought it up. Like, Tim Robinson should have been in this game.
Oh, my
I think
God.
it's such a weird choice to, like, have him be a huge part of the marketing push for this game, and he is just nowhere in it. And it's like, he should be the weird AI voice that's
a good call.
guiding you along. It should be him.
To be Coach Frank's long lost cousin. That's
And
right.
also the music, like, it's almost there. It's all like, they've got
License stuff?
They've got Turnstile in it. They've got car seat headrests and stuff.
What song from Turnstile do they have, chat?
It's something off their last album, I believe. The pink cloudy looking album, right? I forget what that one's called.
Never Enough.
Yeah.
No, the one before Never Enough.
Oh, Glow On?
Yeah, I think it's something from Glow On.
Okay.
They've got some solid stuff, but then, speaking to what Blessing was talking about with the music collecting, it's like half of it is like brand safe stuff that's not even credited by artists, but credited by Universal. And it's just like very generic stuff that I think might have been recorded for the game, and it's just all just very weird. And we also need to overhaul the writing of the game, because it's very bad.
Yeah, gone are the days, as I look at this. 3 of the characters, Shingo, Slappy, and Izzy, are all real-life skaters. But they are not portraying
But they're not
themselves.
them.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
gone are the days of, like, Rob and Big Black showing up on your screen like, yo!
That was the
or
shit, dude.
all of a sudden having Tony Hawk
Rest in
and,
peace, Big.
all the crew show up and, like, that they're they're skaters at heart, so they're gonna suck at this, but it's fun and it's funny. But like we've also kind of changed in the world of like if you're not a diehard skater, you probably can't name 10 skateboarders right now here in the world, right? Of like besides
modern type,
Nyjah
yeah.
Houston, right? So
But that was the thing about skate, and even Tony Hawk, for people who were on the outside looking in, that's how a lot of them learned about pro skaters. So just fucking lean. If you're gonna bring in pro skaters, just have them be themselves and don't write weird, like brand
faces
safe
to the name.
corporate speak that you think is skate speak.
I think that's for me one of my bigger complaints about it, right? I think that's when we're talking about the overall aesthetic of the game. One of the things I've written down for that you wanted us to stew on was the better voice acting, but on top of that, brands, like more brands. And I think really what it is I need more connections to real life culture. I think the game feels so sterile and so sauceless because it feels like they went out of their way to not reference anything in this video game. Like it feels like it exists in a realm
In a vacuum.
in a vacuum where skating exists, but skating culture doesn't exist.
Okay.
And I think you need to take a lot of that culture and inject this into the game. I need more of the clothing brands. I need the real life skaters. I need more music that I recognize that I'm like, oh man, that's some skater shit right there. I think those are the things that are going to add the sauce to this game.
I got a little bit excited because at one point, maybe a week ago, I saw the official account retweet an old ass tweet from Tyler the Creator saying, "I want a new skate."
Why
and
is
I was
Tyler
like,
the Creator in this game?
and I was like, "Oh shit, is this them like kind of hinting like, oh wow, is he going to be in the game in some way, shape, or form?"
Dude,
But
Tyler the
more
Creator.
hey, early access.
Early
yeah, but they got
access,
more
sure.
money than God over there at EA. They should be already paying for all of this. We're not returning to skate and not having a vision. They should have known
Right.
all of this from the beginning.
But like, isn't that part of their push as well? Is to like try to use less money for stuff that's outside of their IP. So like they're trying to focus less on licensed stuff like Star Wars and all of this other stuff. They're pulling back on that to focus on their core thing. And they name skate under their core IP that they can focus on. But the part of what makes skate is the licensed stuff that it seems like they're barely going to spend any money on because, you know, you can use in-game currency to maybe get a couple of, I imagine, not brand specific stuff that might look cool, or you can spend real money on a Vans collaboration that's like what, $20, and that's like, it's like Vans and Thrasher, and those are the two brands.
If
And it's like,
Rematch-
that's
No way.
If Rematch can get Puma, like EA with skate can get some fucking brands. In
Yeah,
there.
It's an odd one because
Let's get some Spitfire, some Etnies.
Yeah.
some
Are those
World
even around
Industries,
anymore? I
man.
don't
Come
know.
on.
I mean, it's a known franchise.
Blind.
It has a legacy.
Yeah.
We're returning to skate. I don't know why we're choosing this route. Dump it and get everything.
Are
Get
skaters
everyone.
still wearing the skater shoes that were like a foot tall?
Platforms?
Like the ones that were just like puffy as all fuck?
Those crazy Osiris shoes.
I mean, just like Etnies and all that stuff. Like I remember, like I had friends wearing that were really into. I was more into like the culture because I couldn't skate. I was too scared. I would hit my shin several times and give up. But the big tall shoes that were like taller than your ankle, they would go like past your ankle. They were just big puffy vertical.
Big chunky
skating
ones?
shoes. Yeah, because like when you're doing flips, it wouldn't hurt your foot or whatever.
Now,
Yeah, look at these fucking big ass shoes.
Yeah.
Well, those look like more like Jordans. Look for like the Etnies skating shoes, 2003 or something.
Season 3 and beyond, you have player created parks, new game modes. Those need to be moved up right away. The new game modes, user parks, those got to be, that's top of the list priority.
Yes, here they are.
So every skater chick had these.
Dude,
you
the
know, the
puff-
pink Etnies.
The puffy ass shoes, dude. Dude, Etnies was so cool as a brand. I mean, I just love the logo and shit.
To Mike's point too, yeah, like the other one I have here for me is expanded multiplayer features, which I know we already talked about, and they also have here in their I think season 2 where they say new co-op game mode. I need that shit expeditiously, right?
Right away.
I want more things, more ways to interact with the people that I'm playing with, because right now it doesn't feel. Not that I get nothing out of partying with Mike and Barrett, but I feel like I get the bare minimum. I feel like what I get is
When
seeing
we're
them.
doing an own the spot thing together, it should be a versus thing.
Yeah.
Whereas like at the end, when we're doing a mission, quote unquote, together, it's really just we're all doing it separately, but the mission won't end until we all complete it. And then when at the end of the mission, it doesn't even show us each other's like
Replays.
best replay
Yeah.
or each other's score
Like,
or
give
anything.
me a
It's
replay.
so weird.
Give me a recap of how Barrett or Mike did on the challenge. Give me something to make me feel like I'm actually playing with other people.
It's just odd
Bless.
being in skating early access.
Bless the mic, which is one last sort of, you both of y'all are walking together, and you hear a little magical like shh sound, kind of sparkling, kind of ding ding. So it's in a dumpster nearby, and you're like, "What is this?" And you open up the dumpster, and you're like, "What is this?" And it's the magical game development wand that makes any magical game development wish come true. And you want to wave it, and you're like, "For Skate 2025, I want to wave this and make this expanded multiplayer feature."
Yeah.
Aside from just give me more, what is like a specific thing you would want? Mike mentioned prox chat. I think something like that could be cool and make the world feel a bit more alive, maybe more racist in some ways. But, like what would you wave the wand right now and say, give this to me right now if I could have it in early access?
Ooh.
Not even just a multiplayer feature, just like if I could have this right now. You mentioned more moves, Mike. Is that maybe one of the things?
I mean, yeah, of course, I'd lean back to getting all the moves back that we had over the years. I would, of course, want more game modes. I want to have this multiplayer experience where we can own the spot. We can do death races. I think those are a must-have.
Private lobbies.
Swing the wand. I'm going to give you two.
Okay.
I like that, Bless. I want to build off private lobbies. I can only squad up with 4 people. I should be able to own my world. I want to be able. Why are we still living in 2025 and I can't invite more than 4 people, right? Let me own this open world. 40 people. I open up my lobby. If you're on my friends list, you got the code, you can join up. I want to have that right away. That's where we should be. On top of that, I would say user-generated content.
Yeah.
Creative Park should be ready to rock and roll. We're here. You've been playtesting this for years. Let's get this going.
Skate Battle Royale would be awesome.
Well, actually, I was going to jump off of that.
50 skaters in one area, and like the move pops up, you got to do the move. If you don't, you're out.
I was going to say, and this is something that you can do in your season 3 or whatever, like your third part of your battle pass. I want Skate Battle Royale, but it's like Fall Guys. I want it to be obstacle based.
Cool.
What's that crazy game show we always see on TV, Barrett?
Wipeout?
No, the one
The Hole?
the one about skating. No, it's about skating. Because me and Cool Greg watch it all the time here at work. But they have the mega rail over the lake that you have to ride on.
Oh,
you got to
yes.
skate up like the side of an angled wall.
Casso?
Yes, that's what it's
That's
called.
in. Thank you,
I want
Chad.
that.
That should 100%
I
be
want
in there.
that.
That would be fun. That's right.
That would be
got
really
the
good.
mechanics.
Generated content.
I like the frustrating thing about this game is that the mechanics are so good. You got the mechanics, and there's sky's the limit. There's so much you can do with this shit.
That does seem really promising. Is that like, I think the biggest worry for most people was this game's going to drop and just miss the core of it. And no matter what you put around the core, it doesn't matter if the core is not right. But it feels like they do have that. Now, on the flip side of this, I go, okay, but it's been in like previous testings for such a long time.
Yeah.
And
This
how are
is
we not
where we're
further
at.
along everywhere else?
Yeah.
It's a solid foundation that I think needs to pick up the pace in terms of everything else surrounding it, because it feels so watered down corporate that there's just a vibe shift that doesn't feel right, even though the core gameplay is there.
Yeah.
It's a
Does it
weird
not
one.
feel punk rock enough?
No, I mean, it doesn't feel anything. Like,
Okay.
skate culture is an amalgamation of a bunch of different.
When I say punk rock, I don't mean like only the genre of music. I just mean like
Yeah, no,
man.
well, and that's
There's
the
no
thing is
edge
like the
here.
story of this game too is just like this skate company corporation bought a city to make it skate friendly, so it's literally just like
Utopia.
yeah, like a skate
San
utopia.
Amsterdam.
So it's like very not that whatsoever of feeling punk, feeling counterculture. It feels like we're corporation good and
Gotcha.
we're a part of the culture, and it feels very off in that sense.
It's like when SpaceX wanted to buy a town.
yeah.
It's when
It's
they put
really
out
weird.
the like FIFA Street, but like late in the PS3 generation. That was like when they were rebooting the Street games, but they didn't feel street at all.
You didn't have the sauce.
You're not running from security guards in this game.
Yeah,
Got-
You're not
Gotcha.
acting a fool.
you're not
They
committing
don't
any
even
crimes.
have Lupe Fiasco kick push.
What?
But like
And that's
Tony,
the biggest crime.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater
That's
3
the
plus 4
biggest
just
crime.
had that. You know what I mean? Like they can't license that.
Every
to
can't-
skateboard
yeah.
game should have kick push.
Yeah.
It's a rule.
I feel like that should be right up next to the Pepperoni Diplomacy Act.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly,
It's up
yes.
there.
if you're ordering pizza for your office, 60% has to be pepperoni, and if you're making a skating video game, Lupe Fiasco's kick push has to be
better
in
be
it.
in there.
I think for me the promise of this game came through when during the stream a couple hours in I found a challenge that was like a pro level challenge where they wanted me to jump off a building onto kind of like a half pipe situation that was like way further down. Like if I land, like there's no way I'm landing that normally, right? It's way further down there. Land to this half pipe, launch onto a bridge, manual across the bridge, and then hop and land onto a mini pad that's like way further away. Right? Fucking top difficulty level challenge. And I tried it the first time. I was like, damn, that's hard. I tried it 30 more times.
I did see this being attempted a lot on the TV yesterday.
I was on this for probably like 20 minutes straight, being like, yo, I'm gonna figure this shit out. And I was on here for so long that Barrett found it and started doing it himself too. And when I tell you, I was so locked the fuck in. Like the more you watch this footage, the more you're just gonna see me fail and faceplant over and over again.
I like this landing mechanic, like the landing kind of
caveman.
where you're the target zone seems really neat. Was that in the OG skate at all?
No, not like this.
Not the target.
You didn't have this much freedom and control when you were free falling in Hall of Meat. You could move like this, but this definitely has an extra level of control here.
Yes, and like it's beautiful because you're going from the Hall of Meat, like let me skydive and aim my landing, to let me press L2 and R2 and like the triangle button to cannonball position myself while I'm grabbing my board, and then let me try aim it upwards so I can there's so much stuff happening here at the same time, and it's a beautiful display of what skate does gameplay wise at its best. I just need everything around this to step the fuck up, because this is like, for me, this is what it's about. And this is like the one challenge where I'm like, man, you guys nailed this. I need more shit to like bring this to where it needs to be. That way we can have stuff like this shine through.
Speaking of Hall of Meat, we have a super chat from Conman 1192 says they better add Hall of Meat. Missed opportunity with the new free fall controls if they don't. What can you explain? Give me a quick rundown. What is Hall of Meat?
Hall of Meat is this, but you would score more points the more disastrous your landing would be.
Yeah.
So you would like break bones and like all of this stuff, so you get higher points.
Your
like
goal
how
was to
bad
fall
your bail
off
was.
a high object, crash as hard as you could to get the most points with the just gnarliest of crashes, and you'd add style in there by backflipping, grabbing your leg, and doing a cool corkscrew. But yeah, they don't have that. You would think that's going to be high on the list, because at its core, they have a really good, off the board feel.
Yeah.
The last two super chats, or the last three rather, are kind of all saying the same thing. We have Dominique Odom and we have Oliver Steele with multiple super chats. Thank you, Dominique, for your $2. Thank you, Oliver Steele, for your $7. And the whole thought here is bring back Coach Frank. Oliver Steele also said, I can't stand V. Is it just me? The constant corny humor is exhausting. And then Dominique said, Tim Robinson as this game's Coach Frank to replace V.
These guys said it best. You should have brought him in to be Coach Frank. He's the fun, he's the shitty writing, and then have the skaters just be themselves.
Yeah.
Right? And then we would have had an instant win of like, hey, this zone leader is by this skater. Sure, their VO sounds bad, but they're their true to life stuff. And then Tim Robinson can have all the dumb lines that you would want there.
Okay.
Skate goes up really quick for a perfect one. And like you guys know it, Skate is the perfect one more try video game.
It is.
Skate is a top 5 one more try video games. We all have those in our minds.
I love those games.
That one more try. One more.
What are the
one
top
more.
5? Neon White. Neon White's on the list.
Neon White.
Oh.
Boss fighting in Elden Ring.
Trials, like Trials Fusion.
Ooh, Trials.
Oh.
Trials Fusion is like top 5. Skate.
Super Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy. That might be the top 5.
Because of the instant reset yourself and putting down a marker anywhere.
Celeste.
It's just so perfect for the one more try.
Celeste
One
is
more
in that
try.
list too.
Oh, yeah. Definitely Celeste.
Give us your top 10 one more try video games. Let me know.
Yeah, please chat.
Put him in the
Because
comments.
I think we got a good list already.
Yeah.
Man, you really... I saw a rest in peace Jason Lee, and I thought he actually died. You all fucked me up with that. Whoever put that in.
I was wondering why you're on
Scary.
the Wikipedia.
This-
Hotline Miami.
Scared the hell out of me.
Hotline
He played
Miami.
Coach Frank.
Because I didn't
by the
realize
way,
he was
Andy.
Coach Frank. Yeah.
Katana Zero.
Make a shit list.
Boomerang X.
Oh,
Boomerang X.
Ghost Runner. Oh,
One more
Yeah,
try.
one more try. The Astrobot like speedrun levels.
One more try.
For sure.
I'll be better. I can't
These are
wait to
good.
go play more. At its core, it is great. Around it, it's just early access, and that sucks.
there's a lot of that. I mean, I will say, though, just based on everything that's been said, I am coming away from this as a listener just way more positive as I was going into it thinking that there's a good chance that this is a trash fire with how long it's been gestating and why is it taking so long. But it seems like the core mechanics feel great. It feels good to play. Now, you're in early access for a reason. Let's keep on building this out. We already got a glimpse of the roadmap, and all that seems very, very promising.
Shout out Trackmania. Trackmania is definitely
Someone
one of
said
those.
Cuphead.
Yeah,
That's up
Cuphead.
there. Cuphead for sure.
Yeah, I can see that.
If you are digging Skate, let us know in the comments down below. What do you want them to work on? Maybe the devs are looking in the comments and going, wow, that's a really good idea right there. Maybe they should put Andy and Barrett in the game to voice act. Do you want me to be Clive? I can be Clive Rosefield. I need you to do a kickflip here.
Andy, tell me to get a kickflip for sick footy, but in that voice.
Can you do a kickflip for some sick footy?
I love
From my
that.
brother Joshua.
Put that on the reel.
Love you all. Appreciate you all watching. Bless. Mike, thank you for your input. Barrett, thanks for running the show. And all of y'all, thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And we'll see you tomorrow for more podcasting fun. But after this, if you're on Twitch, stay right here because Mike is going to be showing you the top 10 spots to skate in Skate Early Access. Goodbye, everybody.